really intensively in the coming years and think about what changes they're going to need to make. And I think that they're going to do things that are going to, shake up the system. I think the Bank of England's powers will be revisited. I think the OBR is a Christmas turkey. There's going to be new arrangements put in place. A lot will depend on who kind of comes into the particular shadow cabinet positions. That's the other thing. Reform, is really, not wedded to this idea that everybody in the cabinet, everybody on the front bench must have MP behind their title. Nigel Farage is of that view that the executive and the legislature, to an extent they can overlap, but actually you need to bring in the most talented, most experienced people. And not all of those people want to have a big parliamentary mailbag that they're going through. They just want to get on with what they're there to do in government. They don't want to be an MP. Not everybody lives and breathes, but hanging around the Commons bar. So yeah, interesting times. And I would just sort of implore fellow reformers really, to kind of, stay steady. Don't get kind of pulled into the direction of fretting that, reform isn't serious enough, that, only if we go further to the right, if we kind of go down the sort of restore Britain, advance UK kind of route of just being bellicose about everything and pretending everything's really easy to solve. And sort of governing by caps lock on social media, that's going to get you anywhere. And also that, setting out, your ideas in Substack or in the Telegraph, at great length and great detail, that's the way that you kind of win the election. It's not, because the public, they're not that interested in the fine technical detail. They want the headlines. They want the direction of travel. They want confidence that you've got the right ideas and the right talented people, absolutely. But they do not need the fine detail of how you're going to approach civil service recruitment, how permanent secretaries will be appointed and removed under a reform government. That is stuff that you do not need to advertise massively years in advance of an election, if at all. So yeah, those are my thoughts. And, I kind of bring it back to, all these characters, running around on the online right, why don't you focus on your own parties, on your own social pressure group, whatever you want to call Restore Britain this week? Just leave Reform UK to the reformers. We know what we're doing at the grassroots and at the national level. Reform is going to be all right, and it's going to get into power and change this country for the better. Well, I hope so, at least. Thank you very much.